Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. I apologize for being a little tardy. You are in our Stitchuation room, and this is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat, and it's echoey in here, isn't it? I am at the I'm in El Campo, Texas. And look, oh, there's my banner up above my head right there. I'm in El Campo, Texas, and I am at an RV sewing rally with all of my peeps that have traveled everywhere. Oh my gosh, Sandy and Bill are here from Pennsylvania. We've got Patty here with her husband Mike from Georgetown. Oh, Conroe. Somebody's here from Georgetown. I think that's the other Sandy. And then, of course, Bonnie's here. And we've got a few that have rolled in. Candace and her husband Mike are here from Florida. So they're coming in from all over the country. Today is everybody's just kind of getting here and getting set up, but tomorrow's the big first day. So I was having camera connectivity issues, so working through a single bar on my phone. My hair, my goodness, y'all. You know, when you move around and you got new things and all that. So I'm trying to figure out where everything is. I got a camera back here that's not even hooked up. I need a sip of coffee. Great to see everybody in the chat. So no Frito this morning because they don't allow dogs in the rally room. So no Frito today and tomorrow. So, oh, there's Bonnie. So, all right. She's like, don't talk to me. Let me get a sip. So, Glory, your cups. We cannot have uncovered cups in here. So that's great. So today is Embroidery Thursday, and I'm going to start doing an embroidery session every Thursday just so that my embroiderers can get a little bit of love too. All right. So I have connected up my brother NQ3700D, and y'all, I was trying to get another camera to point to it, and that's part of my camera issues. So just like at home, I'll be rolling you around back and forth with my laptop, my MacBook, just kind of going back and forth. But I brought an extra mug of coffee just in case, because I know I'll go through more than one. Don't you? So let's see. I'm thoughtful, Cindy. Actually, Cindy, I feel like I'm a hot mess right now. So let me put this over here. Let me show you guys the rally room. All right, ladies. No, stay put, Bonnie. People want to see you. There's Patty, wave. So look at our rally room, y'all. This is the drift. There's Bonnie. Hold on. There she is.
Oh dear. About twice so they can see the room.
So this is the Driftwood Rally Room in the Lost Lagoon RV Resort in El Campo. And this is just beautiful, you guys. This park is gorgeous, just gorgeous. So I'm nice and clear today. Well, I'm on my phone's hotspot, so maybe that's what I need to do and just give the boot to my home internet, right? So like I said, I've got Gypsy here, my brother NQ3700D. It is beautiful. This is a lovely, lovely room. And I got to thank Ron and Bonnie and her husband, Ron, yesterday afternoon. So you guys, all these tables, they all have electricity on them, and they were running the cords on the floor, putting tape. I brought along my husband's he's got one of those Craftsman chairs that are real low to the ground that you can scoot around on, you know, those things. Anyway, so I was washing it up yesterday and I threw it in the truck, and he says, what are you doing? I said, I'm not climbing around on my hands and knees to put tape all over these cords. So, but Bonnie was on it yesterday, and her husband, Ron, is so meticulous. He's like, no wrinkles in the tape. I don't want any wrinkles in the tape. You should have heard him. So, but I really appreciate their help. Could not do anything without them. So, okay, like I said, today is Embroidery Thursday, and what I want to work on is months ago, if you watched, I'm moving things around so I can get things ready for you guys to see. I had made a wonky houses design. These are Bruce Allen designs for fabric confetti, okay? So I had made this either this spring or maybe sometime last year. So the design, I've got a link to these below. This is wonky houses, And they're on Fabric Confetti, and these are Bruce Allen designs. Okay, Bruce Allen and Vanessa Fromm are partners in that. So I made this, and it's not quilted. So all that you get with the Fabric Confetti designs is the embroidery design itself. And you've got to provide your own background fabric and all of that to be able to quilt and make it whatever, to do whatever you want with it. So my chat is very small and my glasses are on my head, you guys. What are you guys saying bummer about? Did I miss something? Let's see here. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to get this quilted, and let me see, I have this written out. I've got a paper on here. So this is 18.5 by 46 is the top. All right. So I have got side borders that were put on first and I'm just going to be quilting the borders today. Okay. So side borders that were put on first, and my side borders are 37.5. So 30, got to kind of remember that number, 37.5. And then my horizontal borders, top and bottom. So the side borders are vertical borders and the horizontal borders are 18.5. Now, even though the pattern itself for the embroidery in each square comes from Fabric Confetti, I'm going to use Designs by Juju backdrop quilting designs to quilt in the sides. And I want to show you guys what it's going to look like. I need to move something around up here. I made this full screen and now it's on a MacBook. I could use some help, you guys. Oh, there we go. Let me open up in Brilliance and pull that up. I want to make this just a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. I want to share my screen with y'all. I think I can do it on a Mac. I think so. So I wanted to share my screen with you guys and show you what this is going to look like. Okay. No, Frito's not allowed. Oh, is that what you're saying bummer about? I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, she's not happy about it either. So let me see if I can share. No, it is not letting me share my screen with you guys. Well, that's fine. More than one way. My browser blocked my screen. My thing's telling me. Live and learn. So here's what I'm going to do. I have got regular batting. This is 100% cotton batting from Loft Supply. They're going to be here in a little bit. They're going to have a table. And then I've used the same fabric in the borders for the backing. Okay. And check out this thread color, y'all. Look at this. Won't that look fabulous on it for background quilting? I could have used a gray or a black, but I thought this was just so much better. I love this rust color. It just works with the pumpkin. So pretty. This is Exquisites. If you're going to make this, I can't see. This is Exquisites ES253 is what that is. Exquisite ES253 goes perfect with this fabric. So I have my little happy camper cup. One of my viewers sent me, and I'm going to use my thread to come up out of this. I also have a matching bobbin so that it looks the same. It'll look pretty on the back as well. And then once the borders are quilted, then I will just stitch in the ditch around the blocks with my walking foot, okay? And I may use a complementary thread to the gray background squares and do some stippling in it and just make that work. I might do that in the Luminaire when I get home because I don't stipple well by myself. So thank you, Julianne. She says, great thread choice. Yeah, I love it. So Designs by Juju has these backdrop quilting designs. And I want to show you what they look like. Let me see if I can get that page to come up. Y'all, this is my first time doing this on my MacBook. So it's a new operating system for me to learn. Okay, so let me show you. If it'll let me show you this web page, that would be great. You met Bonnie in Lafayette at All Brands. Oh, that's Donna. Yeah, you're a star, Bonnie. Oh, yeah. She's like, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I want to show you Designs by Juju's backdrop quilting designs. And I have got a link to those below as well. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Here it is. So it says introducing quilting backdrops. This is right on the home page. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and it should take us there. And she is releasing new designs all the time. So look at the background quilting that you can do. Okay, we've got plaids, and then we've got, this is Halloween 2. I'm using Halloween 1 today. There's hearts and loops. So there we go for Valentine's Day. All right. Look at these adorable, adorable quilting designs. Christmas lights. Isn't that precious? Oh my gosh. Woodland trees. We've got some snowflakes. These are brand new. She just put these designs out. So I wanted to show them to you. Look at these little presents for birthday. Oh my goodness, with the little hat. How cute is this? So you can go through here and just get all of these and it's amazing how many designs you're going to get at one go. Okay, let me stop that screen. Okay, so when you get a backdrop quilting design, you're going to get it to fit everything. I mean, there's dozens of designs that you get, and they're in all different sizes. So I want to show you, I'm using quilting 1, and that looks like this. Okay, so we've got a little candy corn and a hat and a moon and a bat. Isn't that cute? So I thought that this would look fine. Now, if you notice on here, I wrote, oh, this is Dimes Designs and Machine Embroideries print and stick target paper. And I got it to work in my manual feed on my new Brother printer. Thank you for the suggestion. It did not work in the regular paper feeder. So I have printed out 4x10 horizontal because my border is 4 inches. Remember, my border is 18.5 on the top. The horizontal border is 18.5. So I will be using my 4x10 horizontal and my 4x8 horizontal. And I will nest them. I can, once this one prints out, then I can take this one, okay, and I can butt it right up against it, and then I know where it's going to stitch, and I can figure out, I don't have center crosshair on there, but I can figure that out, no problem. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So if this was a Christmas quilt, I could use the Christmas designs. You get so many different designs that are horizontal and vertical that are huge. You also get designs. Let me go back and show you, if I can, exactly what you get when you do these. So you're subscribed to the channel, but you miss, oh, okay. Let's see here. Let me go back to the backdrops. And I want to share this. Now, when you go to one of the quilting designs, let's see. Let's go back. Well, maybe I can see. Look at that chicken wire. You got a chicken quilt. There you go. How about that? That's really cool. We're on stars. There's a standard stipple. So I want to find my Halloween. And there is the acorns and leaves, and that's what I used to quilt on the back of the On Wander Lane 6-inch mini that we did last month. So these are just, it's crazy what you can do. There's Halloween 1 right there. So I'm going to click on it, and I want to show you what you get. So hoop size 4x4. So little bitty hoops, you can do this all the way up to let's see, 10.5 by 16. So no matter what size hoop you have, you're going to get vertical and horizontal designs in all of these hoop sizes. So I want to click on this particular one here. So look at this. Oh, I don't want to hover over it. It'll get big. So you can see here, you get square blocks. Okay. And then there's 2-inch sashing blocks here. So if you have cornerstones, this is it right here in your cornerstones that you can put. And then you get, that's the embroidery field. That really doesn't matter to us. That's more for I don't look at that. I look at this right here. What's it going to fit? And then there are sashing. So if you've got 4-inch sashing, right, or whatever your hoop size is, here you go. So there's your sashing sizes. It's awesome. All right. And then here, quilting only hoop fillers. Okay. So look at this. On the quilting only hoop fillers, the design sizes are 5x7 all the way up to the 10.5x16. And what that's for is if I had wanted, let me do this. Okay. If I had wanted to quilt the back of this gray fabric before I did the embroidery design on it, that's what I would use the hoop filler for. So that you can get all of this quilted first and then do your applique. So you're actually blending two designers' designs into whatever you're doing. What is Candace up to? Is she causing trouble? She's going to unload. Okay. And you're in her seat. See the blue tape on the... You can, listen, you can sit wherever you want. Make her put her stuff right there. So anyway, that just gives you a kind of, now she also has, so that's quilting only design. I just started 3 sentences, y'all. Those are the quilting only designs. And then she has like a quilt as you go. So those have the 1/4-inch borders around the outside so that you can do just that block and then it leaves the quilt as you go. Okay. All right. So yak. Let me tell you what I'm doing. Hold on. So I did not put any KK2000 or any kind of spray adhesive in this quilt sandwich. I am going to use my embroidery tape to tape down the edges so that it does not, the embroidery foot cannot get hooked up underneath it. Okay. So let's get stitching, shall we? It's so good to see you guys in here. Go get some more coffee, Bernadette. Y'all, we have a virtual kitchen in our online retreat. So feel free to wander back there and hit the thumbs up button while you're at it. Okay. That helps the channel a whole lot. It's free for you and great for me. And I'd appreciate it. I can see Patty picking up her phone over here. She's going to hit that button. Atta girl. Okay. So I have put my thread in my cup. Now, why am I using my thread in my cup? Because my machine comes with a horizontal spool pin. Now, you can use the horizontal spool pin if you are using a straight wound thread, okay? Straight wound thread. See how you guys can see the cross weave in this spool right here, okay? See that cross weave, how that's put onto the spool. This kind of thread likes to come up off the top of the spool. If you have a straight wound, like a Madeira poly neon, I have a whole set of Madeira poly neon, and that's straight wound. So I would use this if I was using that thread. That's just a little tip. You will get a better result. Will this work horizontally? Yes. You'll get a better result if it can come up off the top. And I don't have my big thread stand with me here. So when I'm on the road, I use a little cup and it works perfect. And I'm just going to set it behind the machine, right back here, out of the way of the embroidery arm, and then up and over the top of the machine. Okay. And I'm going to tie off the old thread that was in here. And you guys, when I tie off my threads, this is how I do it. This is how they do it in industry too. They don't have time to be rethreading those giant machines. So this is how they do it. Okay. I don't know if you can see the thread, but I just make a big loop and I hold the loop with my thumb and forefinger and I let the tails hang through. I don't know, let me see if you guys can see it. Let me put something up behind it. So I let the tails hang through the center of the loop. I wish I could zoom you guys, but I'm on my MacBook and I can't. And I'm just going to make a single knot like that. Now, I'm going to throw this up over the back, let it hang there. I'm going to unthread the needle. I can't pull embroidery threads through my needle. and my tension discs are tight. So I'm going to foot down. Wake up, wake up. It hasn't had its coffee yet. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to foot down and foot up. And that opens up my tension discs. And now I can easily pull the thread through. And I know it's threaded properly because it was threaded properly before. So I don't have to guess, right? And then I just pull this up and over. And I'm threaded. How easy was that? So I want to encourage you guys to get into the habit of doing that, okay? You're going to make your life a lot better. I know a lot of you say, oh, I can just rethread the machine quickly. That's true, but you do run the risk of missing a thread guide or something like that when you're in a hurry, and it's no fun to be in a hurry. So I want to make sure I'm not missing. This kills you watching me change threads. Dee Dee, yeah, now so Dee Dee's one of those ones that can thread faster manually, and that's great. Yeah, but you know, so long, I mean, some of you are old hats at this, right? I'm clicking everywhere. You guys, your little chat's going so fast. So, oh, Dee Dee says she's been sewing longer than some of us are old. I don't know about that. I have some seasoned stitchers in my group, Dee Dee. Right. Okay. So we've got people getting on the road to come here. I love it. I can see it in the chat. That's wonderful. Safe travels, my friends. Hope to see you soon. Who am I calling an old hat? Ruth. It's a turn of phrase, my friend. Me. Now, I did tell you that I've got a matching bobbin because I want it to look as pretty on the back, even though it's a wall hanging, you know. So I'm just going to pop this in here. And if you are new to embroidery, it's perfectly fine to use the same thread in the bobbin as you have on the top. For regular embroidery stitching, a lot of times, you know, like when I made the applique design, I used 60 weight or 70 weight dime pre-wound bobbin. But if you're going to be doing quilt as you go, or you know, like these backdrops, just use your regular thread and it'll be fine. Okay. So let's talk about how to figure out where your design is going to go on. So did my arm hit the pole? No, Debbie, it hit, I've got a camera switcher. I got electronic equipment back here. It's fine. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to move you guys over, swing you around so you can see what I'm going to be working on. There's the other half of my mess. Okay. So again, I have got this design is Wonky Houses by Bruce Allen Designs for Fabric Confetti. Okay. Make sure not frozen. No. Okay. So is it old hat or old hand? I don't know. You guys straighten me out on that. All right. And I have just got that. I have not used any KK2000 or 505 or anything like that. And this fabric likes to stick to the backing. So the batting. So you really don't have, you know, any need to do a bunch of pinning or anything like that. I just want to smooth it out and make sure that everything's going to fit just fine. All right. So how do I figure this out? So at the beginning, I mentioned that my vertical border is 37.5. So here's my math on that. I know we don't like math. You don't have to use math. You know, if you had some quilting templates that were standard embroidery sizes, you could probably lay those out on your borders, which is what I did, and make sure and see which ones are going to fit. That's a great way to figure that out. So I know for this 37.5, let me see. Did I do that right? Why did I write 3 by 10? That's not a size. Let me get my little pen over here. I'll use this marker. Why did I write 3 by 10? I should have written, I think it should be 8 by 10, right? Or 7 by 10. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use three 4x10s, and one 7x10. I'll show you what I mean. So here's a 4x10. Okay. This came in a backdrop quilting design from Designs by Juju. So I can take this off and I can set it up here. Let me turn this camera down just a little bit. So I can set this here and I can see how it's going to, this is my horizontal. Where's my vertical? There's my vertical design right there. Okay. And here's my 4x7 design. So I can take this 4x10 and I'm going to put it right here. And I know that it's going to stitch right on this border like I want it to. And then when this run is finished, then I'm going to reuse my template and I'm going to put it at the bottom of the stitching and nest it up so it looks nice. Just, it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'm going to stitch a second pass and then I'm going to rehoop it and I'm going to stitch a third pass and then I'm going to rehoop it and then I'm going to stitch this 4x7 design. Okay. So what that does is that's going to go ahead and give me a full design all the way down on this border. Okay. Now I don't want that hoop foot. I don't want my embroidery foot to get hung up underneath. So this is really important. And if you've ever done any of the Designs by Juju end-to-end quilting designs, which are wonderful, you can do a whole quilt of those. Okay. In the video that I made for that, it's important that you know, and I tell you all the time, you have got to go ahead and tape down your edges. Now I have a little bit of extra batting here on the sides, which I can use to help hoop the design. If you don't have extra batting or you've trimmed it and now what, you can always use additional stabilizer, and you want to use a no-show mesh stabilizer because this will not change the hand of your quilt. So I'm going to use one big old long strip of this and I'm going to put it up here. This is my scientific measuring method, you guys. Okay. Let me show you. I've got so much stuff. Looks like a hot mess back here. Audio equipment, all kinds of stuff, you guys. My goodness. I'm going to pull this out of the way with everything on it. I'm going to put my phone back over here so my phone doesn't lose connectivity with the laptop. Okay. Yeah, I'm all prepared. Let's see if this works. Okay, so here's my quilt. All right. You just want to make sure it doesn't have any bubbles or ripples and everything's nice and smooth. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is put my stabilizer up here over the top edge of it. It's hanging off like 2 inches. And I'm going to run my stabilizer all the way down to the bottom like this. And then I'm going to cut it a couple of inches off down here. Okay. All right. That's how I measure my stabilizer. Very, very scientific, right? Okay. I'm only going to use one piece of stabilizer for multiple hoopings. So that's a real easy way to do that. You don't have to constantly fiddle with figuring out new stabilizer. All you need to do is rehoop it and keep going. Now, to make your life infinitely easier, you need to get a dime. You need to get a dime. What's up, Bonnie? Why'd you just text me? Something wrong? No, it just went ding. That was you. Okay. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Is something happening? So these are from Designs and Machine Embroidery, and these things are absolutely indispensable if you're going to be an embroiderer. Okay. A lot of people ask me, which embroidery hoop should I get? Buy the most hoop that you can afford. Okay. Because you can always do smaller designs in your hoop. You cannot do larger designs out of your hoop. All right. So I'm already having too much fun. Yes, Peggy, we are. Yeah, we are having too much fun. You're absolutely right. So my hoops, when the largest hoop size I had was a 9x14, with my brother Quattro, that's what I bought, was the 9x14. When I got my Luminaire, I got the 10.5x16. But then, yeah, you love your dime hoop too. I know. They're wonderful. I love magnetic hoops. But then I do a lot of this where I really don't need that big 10x16. And plus I have my travel machine, which the max hoop on this side and on this machine is a 10x6, 6x10. So that's what this hoop size is. I find myself using this 6x10 more often than not. But if you're going to be using it for end-to-end quilting, you definitely want to get as much hoop as possible so you can do as few passes as possible on your quilt with end-to-end quilting. So another question, do I get the brother hoop, or even Baby Lock has them? Do I get the brother or Baby Lock hoop, or do I get the dime hoop? Okay. So what's wrong? I'm seeing something is not right. You have the 10x10 for your icon. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. Here's the difference with those two types of hoops. This is what's called a flat magnetic hoop. So this is flat, okay, and this is flat, right? And it's quite strong. I'm going to put the thing in so I don't pinch my fingers. Now, on a flat magnetic hoop, and Brother does make one of these. The 5x7 is a flat magnetic hoop that Brother has. But Baby Lock probably has the same thing. It still has a little bit of a lip on the top magnets. They're individual little piece magnets as opposed to one of these. I prefer the dime hoop because if you're doing end-to-end quilting, if it's not exactly where it needs to be, you can tug your quilt a little bit and get it to shift, and then you're going to be spot on where you need to start. Whereas if you're using one of the Brother or Baby Lock hoops, their individual little magnets look like little rooftops. Do they hold securely? Absolutely. Can you fudge it a little bit when you need to move your quilt so that you're going to start exactly on the last stitch from your last pass? No, probably not. So that's just a word of advice. Okay. All right. You couldn't find a flat magnetic hoop for Janome. There are some Janome machines that do not have, it can't take the flat magnetic hoop. I know, it's frustrating. But that's because they hoop to the inside instead of the out, and dime, I don't know if they just haven't made it. I don't know. So in other words, oh, okay, I see. All right. Oh, Sally, look at Sally says, once I showed how to hoop the fabric with the centerpiece, it was a game changer. Yeah. So you have the dime. You got lots of those, don't you, Cheryl? Great. All right. So now if I'm going to use my stabilizer, let's say I don't have enough quilt out here to hoop. Okay. If I'm going to use my stabilizer, all I'm going to do, y'all, is I'm just going to fold this back, and you can do it either under the batting or under the top, whichever way you want. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to do mine under the batting. Okay. Just to make sure I have enough, I'm just going to fold this all the way over like this. Okay. And I'm going to put my stabilizer in here like this. No pinning, none of that. Get it nice and flat. Okay. And get it straight. That would be helpful to hoop straight, don't you think? That's pretty straight. And then I'm just going to lay everything back over. Now, if you're using a cotton batting, I've got the little pimples facing down. And this is it. All right. So I am only going to have to use one piece of stabilizer for three hoopings. Right. I think 4 hoopings. Okay. Let me turn this so I can get it hooped properly. I'm going to start at the top. This is the top up here. All right. So to hoop this, I'm going to use my 4x10 vertical. This is print and stick target paper. If you don't have this, you can use just regular printer paper and print your design out, okay? I need to get this off, and it's going to be difficult on me. Yep. You haven't tried your dime hoops yet? Oh my goodness, they're definitely going to change your world. Let me mark center on this. I can see my sides. Let me see here. We'll do approximately there for a center start. All right. Now this will stick over and over and over. Be very, very careful where you stick it when you're finished with it. Hold on to the backing if you can. So I'm going to put the top stitching right up by the top of the border and make sure that it completely sits on, and if you want it to kind of go into where your binding will cover it, that's fine too. It's no big deal. Okay, this will work. So let me show you this is hard, you guys, because it's kind of faint, but I want to show you what I'm looking at. So I've got it placed on here. The beginning of the stitching is right here, right inside that seam line on that border. Okay, so that'll work fine. And I just messed that all up. No big deal. That's what I get for moving around. So you're not going to see anything from the back except for stitching. There we go. All right, so let's get this hooped. Now, because I have my print and stick target paper on here, I can see exactly where I need to hoop. So I'm going to slide my hoop underneath the whole thing, and I can feel where this is going to stitch. I can feel the metal base down here and right up here, and I know, and it feels like it's about center. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I've marked center on the template, okay? And because I have so much, my scissors wanted to be part of this. Because I have so much, I've got a quilt top and batting and backing in here. I don't need, see my backing is not, let me pull this over. There. I want my backing hooped so I get a nice taut stitch. Okay, that's good. Hopefully this is going to work. We'll cross our fingers. All right. And I'm going to stand this up next to the arm that the hoop is going to go in, and I can feel the edge of the hoop up here. I'm just going to drop it down just like that. There, that worked. Okay. If you do not have enough backing to be able to do that, then you want to go ahead and tape the backing to the stabilizer so that it doesn't flip under or get caught or any of that. So I think that this is going to work. I think. We'll see. All right, I'm going to fold this up. I'm going to slip it in the machine. I've got my designs on a USB. Okay. Let's see here. Why am I using stabilizer? Well, I don't have to use stabilizer, but Linda wants to know. I'm using stabilizer to give myself more stuff to hoop, because sometimes your design has been trimmed to the point you might have one that's too small to hoop. So you can sandwich in some stabilizer, and that's going to give you enough room to do some hooping. Okay. So I just did that. I don't have to do that. I've got enough. It would have worked, but I'm just using the stabilizer for that. Okay, this is going to be something else because I have a whole lot of quilt that I should, okay, here's a strategy thing, you guys. I'm going to turn this around on my stitching. Hey, Lisa, Betty Boop popped in. Okay, I'm going to show you. If I stitched it like this, look how much extra quilt I have over here that's going to have to go through the throat of the machine. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to change this around. I'm going to move these out over here so they're not in the way. So I'm going to change this around. And this is another reason why magnetic hoops are wonderful. Look how easy this is to change it. I'm going to switch it so that the arm is to the other side. And that way my quilt, all of my extra quilt will also be to the other side. And it isn't going to cause me any problems. Okay. I still have fabric up on the edge of the hoop. I don't want it to be crooked. I'm lining up the fabric with the edge of the hoop because I know the hoop is straight. I've got enough room, top and bottom, to make sure everything's going to fit. So that was pretty easy to do, right? Love magnetic hoops. I'll just lay this down on here. Perfect. So now look, all of the extra quilt is going to be to the other side of the machine. See that? That looks great, doesn't it? Okay. Let's get this loaded. I don't know if I can get that loaded in. I'm going to have to come in sideways here. There we go. You want to see what I'm doing? All right. Get my Frito mug out of the way. So now I can just pop this in here. There it is. And I'm loaded. So all of the extra weight of the quilt is now off the back of the machine or to the outside. So kind of think about that when you are hooping to make sure, because that's going to help you. If you have a weightless quilter, either the big one or the little one with the little arms and the clamps, that's very helpful too if you have a real heavy quilt, because you don't want to have drag on the embroidery arm, okay? So let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing everything. Everything looks good. You guys are behaving. Is there a line at the coffee pot back there? Does anyone know why Juki won't sew? Oh, no. Okay, Scotty Dog, that's a sewing question. That's not for me. That's for the people in the group. Yeah. You always look to the underside to make sure. Yes, Wendy, excellent point. Look to the underside. Make sure you're not catching other stuff. Okay. Yeah, she knows what knows what she's talking about. So do I. Been there, done that. Yep. And when you pop it in, so you might have some fabric that's tucked under, just grab, you want to put under here. See, that's what she's talking about. Reach under, take a peek, look and make sure, especially when you're doing background quilting and you might have extra stuff that's floating around on there. All right. So these designs are on a USB. I got it. Check underneath. Tape, tape, tape. Right, Millie? Thank you. My tape is, where is my tape? Where is my tape, y'all? Might have some in this one, or I might have some in my other bag. Let's see. Yeah, that will catch. It sure will. Let me see if I have some in here. This is my sewing one, so I doubt I do. Nope. And then my embroidery one is in here. My little Yazzie bags, you guys, I'm traveling with these things. They're wonderful, wonderful. Tape, tape, tape. Yep. I know, I'm getting it. I tape my edges. Yep. Let me do that. Right now it has that design on it, so I will tape it. That print and stick target paper is over the top of it. I have tape. I've got tape. Whoop. I got everything in here. Woo. You guys want to see what's in here? It's kind of a hot mess right now, but I've got a nail file, because you never know when you're going to need that, right? Got some 505 glue stick. I have some pins, of course, a screwdriver, scissors, lots of scissors, a bobbin. Okay. And let's see here. Got some KK2000. This is from Sulky. Wonderful product. Will not gunk up everything. I have a mini rotary cutting mat. And in here, lots of bobbins and needles. I know somebody needs extra sewing needles that's with us. Yeah. And then I've got some washi tape in case I need it. Okay, thank you, Bonnie. And a ruler and a point presser and that kind of thing. And then this is a great little tool kit. I got this at Two Chicks. I don't know if they have any more, but if you ever come across one, this is a fantastic gift for embroiderers. This is a wonderful little kit. This is from OESD. Okay, so it's got all the little stuff in it that I need, and I love it. Just beautiful. So you never know when you're going to need that. Great gift. Okay. Okay. So that's very handy to have a Yazzie bag. So I have one just for embroidery, that little one, and then I have one for, is So Becca here? Hi, sweetheart. Good visiting with you on Friday. So Becca has a channel on Friday. She does a lot of quilting. All right, so I need to put my USB in here, and I'm just gonna pop it in the side of the machine, if I can see it. If I can see it, I can't see it. Let me see. There we go. And the sun's coming in here. Sun's coming up, you guys. I want to make sure I'm okay. And this is going to work fine. Get all this stuff out of my way. See what I get for show and tell? Now I got stuff everywhere. All right. So I'm going to hit the pocket for memory, and I'm going to tap the symbol for USB. And then let's see if it'll pull it up. There it is. And now on this machine, it does not give me the title of what it is. So I'm going to have to look at each one and see what it is. What's that one? That is the 4x10. And it's the vertical one, I think. It looks like it's the vertical one. I think that's what I want. So I'm going to, it says 9.87 by 3.87. So that's my 4x10-ish, right? And the little preview has it going up and down. So I'm going to take a guess that that is the vertical one. And I'm going to hit set. And that is the one I want. I can see it now in the preview. And I'm going to hit edit end. All right. Now I have the option to move the design around. I don't want to do it here because that's going to move it on the screen, but not on my, I won't be able to tell exactly where the crosshair is because I don't have a camera on this machine. So I'm just going to touch embroidery. Is that right? I think I lied. Let's see. Y'all, I use this machine very little, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can get the hoop to move. Yes, hoop moves. And I'm just going to go right over that crosshair on the print and stick target paper. And it doesn't have to be exact, you guys. If you want to take the handle and drop it down a little bit, let me go a little lower. To drop the needle, I need to go over a little bit more. Okay, that looks really good. So I'm going to take the print and stick target paper off. And it's sticking really good. This is the new. They have the old and the new, right? And it picked up a lot of fuzzies. Okay. And now I'm going to take my embroidery tape. I should have put it on there before I got started. Let me swing that through here. And I'm going to just tape down within 1/4 of an inch. You want to make sure your embroidery tape is within 1/4 of an inch so that your binding will cover it if you can't pull it out off because it's got stitching all over it. So that's just a little tip. Okay. I think that is going to work just fine. See how I'm able to kind of straighten and pull this? I think it's going to work just fine. All right. Let me see here. And pull my thread through the needle completely. There we go. I think I'm ready to go. So let's get this thing quilted, shall we? Again, look underneath, make sure there's nothing. You guys have a better view of this than I do, I think. I'm going to hit embroidery. And I'm going to put the foot down. All right. Bonnie's watching closely. She rented this machine. And now it's going to stitch. You know what? I'm going to stop it. Let me tell you why. I'm going to cut the thread. The machine doesn't know that I flipped the quilt around. So I need to flip it around. I'm going to go back. And not you guys. There we go. Okay. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that. Flip my design. I love it. I got it. I'm on top of it. Okay. I'm going to hit okay. And that should still work because it's off center. So I'm going to hit embroidery now and go. Lower the presser foot. I'm used to the luminaire having the, there we go. Used to the luminaire having that down already. So this is going to work out just fine, I hope. It is. Awesome. Get you guys up closer. See it going? Sorry, it's jiggling, y'all. You're sitting on the same table as the embroidery machine. What kind of embroidery tape is that? You've never heard of it. Libby, this is just 3M micropore paper tape. You can get, I want to say 12 rolls for 10 bucks. I've got it in my Amazon store for my embroidery favorites. Dirt cheap, works great. You'll love it. Okay. It's surgical tape. Yeah. But this is 3M. The brand is 3M. Micropore tape. See that? They have it on Amazon. I'd appreciate it. I've got a link to my Amazon store below. Oh, speaking of which, about the links, I wanted to tell you guys that I've had 2 people tell me that when they tap the more button, whoop, you're watching the housekeeper. When they tap the more button, it jumps on their phone. It jumps to my Amazon store. So the first more works, and you can see some of the links below the video. But the second more takes you to my Amazon store. I have no control over that. The more ... underneath YouTube, under the video, both of them work fine on a desktop, a tablet, and a laptop or MacBook. The ones on the phone don't work right. So the first one does, but the second one doesn't. So if you are trying to get to, my other links below the video and you can't see them, it's taking you to my Amazon store, try on a different device. So just a little tip. Can I sew through that tape? Absolutely, Patricia. Yeah, that's why I use it. So you can sew through the tape, and then when I trim the quilt, it may leave a tiny little bit underneath. I don't like pulling those little bits if they've got stitching on top of them. I don't like pulling off those little bits because it'll unravel or tear out my stitches that are on the side of the quilt. So, good morning, everybody. Oh, just click anywhere else and then the entire list shows up. Well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. That's a great tip. Simply go to my webpage. Yes. Yeah, I do have a blog, powertoolswiththread.com. And there is a tab on my blog called Shop PTWT Links. And that has all of my affiliates. You guys, that's how I make my living now. So I appreciate it when you use my links very much. Our hour is almost up. Oh my goodness, that went fast. This looks amazing. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna take it out of the hoop because I have to rehoop. All right. So let's see how it looks. Let me slip this off. All right. And there you go. Look at that. So you can see the backdrop quilting. That's from Designs by Juju. Okay. And look at the back. Can you see? It turned out beautiful. See the little, oh, that's cute. Look at that little witch's hat right there. Isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness, that's so cute. I love it. I love it. So now what I'm going to do, our hour is up, but now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rehoop this, and I'll just do that quickly and show you how, and then I'm going to run the pattern over and over all the way down the side border. So you're on your way, Deborah. Yay. She says on our way with a purple heart. Love it. All right. So I'm going to rehoop this. I'll show you what I'm doing here. All right. Y'all, my life. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm just going to take this up. This is such a fun way to do this. So here is my dime print and stick target paper. Before I get started on that, let me tape this again. Okay, I'm going to use this. This is Bonnie's tape. Let me use this. Use up my tape. Yeah, you guys, this stuff is dirt cheap. Works so well. If I could find the end, I might have to use Bonnie's because I can't find. There it is. Here? No. I need to fold a little end on it. There it is. All right. So again, I'm going to tape it to within 1/4 of an inch. You don't want it outside of that 1/4 inch so that if there's any little bits left, you can cover it in your binding. Just really only tape the part that you're about to stitch because that's going to keep you from getting ripples and that kind of thing in your quilt sandwich. All right. So now I'm going to take my print and stick target paper and I'm going to align it exact so I can see that I'm aligning it just exactly where, as close as I want. I want to make sure my stitching stays within the border. There, and that will work. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to hoop it again. I need to hoop it with the arm to the inside. So I've got I've got the quilt hanging to the outside of the machine, and I can feel the border edge down here of the hoop. I'm centering it as best I can, making sure I've got fabric in there. And I'm going to hoop it again. Feel that? That was hard. Look at that. Okay, that looks good under there. This looks good up here. One more time. And I'm just going to continue to repeat this process until all of my borders are quilted on both sides, and then I'll do the top and the bottom. Okay. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for spending your time with me. Again, I am at our RV sewing rally here in El Campo, Texas. I'm at Lost Lagoon RV Resort, and this has been wonderful. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to start your day with me. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much. You guys, whoever's got kitchen cleanup, be sure to turn the lights out on your way out of here. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We're going to do a little giveaway. So be sure to pop in here tomorrow morning and spend some time. And you've got to be live in the chat in order to be able to get eligible for the giveaway. All right. We'll talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.